Hello students, welcome to Brilliant Education Doha, Qatar. In our part 1, in our last video session, we have discussed 26 important MCQ questions from molecular base of inheritance, right? In this session, in this video session, in part 2, we are also going to discuss few more important questions from the same chapter, that is molecular base of inheritance. Look at the first question. Today's first question, which of the following figures correctly represent the replication fork formed during DNA replication? They are asking. They clearly mentioned in the question DNA replication and 4 diagrams, 4 figures they given. In option A, 3rd prime, this is a template, this is the parent strand, 3rd prime to 5th prime, 5th prime to 3rd prime. Before you go to this answer, before you solve this answer, everyone need to know new DNA. We have already seen in the part 1 also. Do you remember, student? New DNA always grow from its which prime to which prime? Do you remember? Yes, I told you, from its 5th prime towards 3rd prime. Yes or no? So DNA polymerase enzyme can polymerize the DNA from which prime towards the which prime? 5th prime towards the 3rd prime. Look at the option A. In option A, 3rd prime towards the 5th prime, new complementary DNA is coming. So option A, ignore. It is not correct. Both DNA strands will grow from 5th prime towards the 3rd prime. In option B, this is 5th prime towards the 3rd prime. Okay, this strand is okay, I agree with this one. But look at this one, 5th prime. Look at the 3rd prime towards, it's going towards the 5th prime. So no, this is also, the B option also not correct. Yes, look at the C. In the C figure shows 3rd prime towards the 5th prime DNA is moving. And here it is moving from 5th prime towards the 3rd prime, it's moving. Okay, this DNA strand is okay, but this DNA strand is not correct. So C option also ignore. Look at the D option finally. In the D option, new DNA is growing from 5th prime towards the 3rd prime and 5th prime towards the 3rd prime. So the correct answer of our question is option D. One more time, let me take this one, option D here, okay? Let me explain 2 minutes. Option D. Here 5th prime is given. This is 5th prime. Okay. And this is, here it is a 3rd prime. Now the complementary is 3rd prime. The complementary 3rd prime. Replication fork, and this is the 5th prime. Okay, look at here, students. One more time I wanted to repeat this one. New complementary DNA during the replication time, the primers, if you are able to recall the theory classes, I clearly mentioned in the last video also, primers are important, and the primers are come and attached to the opposite of a 3rd prime of parent DNA strand. That means, look at here, these are the primers. Let me take, these are the primers. Look at here, this is the primer. Okay, so this is the anti-parallel DNA strand. So this is which prime? Tell me. 5th prime. Okay, after primer attached, DNA polymerase enzyme can polymerize the new complementary DNA towards its which prime? Tell me. Look at here, towards its 3rd prime, like this. Towards its 3rd prime. So I can write this is 3rd prime. That means new DNA is growing from 5th prime towards 3rd prime. This strand is called continuous strand. Do you remember? This is called the continuous strand. Fine. So what about this one? Here I can tell you this is the 3rd prime. Okay. So here the DNA, the RNA primers will attach. Okay. And what's the complementary here? Anti-parallel, right? So that means here it is a 5th prime. So new DNA polymerase can synthesize the DNA from 5th prime towards its 3rd prime, like this. This is called, what is this? Okazaki. Do you remember? Because many gaps and many small segments are there and many primers are required for this one. So we call what it is? Discontinuous or Okazaki. So I can tell you this strand is called what? Okazaki. Okay, Okazaki strand. And this strand we can say it is a continuous star or leading strand. Leading strand. So everyone keep in your mind, in the examination if question come, new DNA always grow from which prime to which prime? Remember, 5th prime towards the 3rd prime. So the right answer of this question I can tell you option D. Clear? Look at the next question. Next question. Very simple question. Many times this type of questions have been repeating in the examination. Okay, look at the question. Refer the given sequence of steps and Select the correct option they are asking. DNA to HNRNA. So I can tell you DNA. From DNA, the formation of HNRNA. This process is known as transcription. So this is transcription. Where this transcription process takes place? Transcription process takes place inside the nucleus, sir. Next, HNRNA to the formation of mRNA. HNRNA to the formation of mRNA. This process we can say splicing. Splicing also takes place inside the nucleus. What is the difference between the HNRNA to mRNA, sir? HNRNA is a heterogeneous nuclear RNA which contain non-coding and coding part. Exons and also introns are there. So what exactly happened in the splicing process? In the splicing process, the non-coding part, which is called the introns, will be gone, will be removed, and exons will be joined. Yes or no? The exons will be joined by the DNA ligase enzyme to form a matured mRNA. So matured mRNA only contain the coding part, that is called the exon. So mRNA to the formation of protein. This process takes place inside the cytoplasm. This is known as translation. So what is your answer, students? Come on, answer me. The right answer of this question is 1. Replication, no. Replication, no here. Transcription, okay. This is transcription, splicing process, and translation. So the right answer of this question is option C. Option C. Shall we go to the next question? Look at the next question. The next question is from lac operon concept. In our last class also, in the last video also, we have seen the lac operon. But in this question, they are asking inducer and also repressor protein, and everything is there in this question. Look at here. The given figure shows the lac operon. Okay, this is a lac operon metabolism, lactose metabolism in the bacteria. The functioning and its functioning. Select the correct option. A, B, X, Y, Z they are giving. A, B, X, Y, Z. Let me take this total operon here. Look at here. This is the operon. This is operon. In the operon, structural genes are there and regulatory genes also there, right? So this is what? Regulatory gene, promoter, inhibitor gene, again promoter, operator gene. Here it is structural gene, lac Z, lac Y, lac A genes are there. Yes or no? Lac A gene. Though these are the structural genes, so I can write these three are structural genes and these are regulatory gene. Now exactly onto the promoter. Can you please tell me on the promoter which enzyme will come and attach? RNA polymerase. So I can write this is RNA polymerase. Remember student, this is the only one type of RNA polymerase because this is a prokaryote. In bacteria there is no RNA polymerase 1, 2, 3 like that. Single RNA polymerase enzyme can transcribe rRNA, mRNA and tRNA. Fine. Now look at here, I gene undergo, this I gene when absence of lactose, this I gene undergo transcription to form what? Tell me, mRNA, and this mRNA translate to form a protein called repressor protein. This repressor protein is go and bind towards the operator. So operator will be blocked. So what happened? Operator completely blocked. So the RNA polymerase enzyme could not slide over where? Structural genes. So at a transcription level, the gene regulation takes place. Many times question have been asked. No transcription, no mRNA, no beta galactosidase, no permease enzyme will be formed. Look at here what they are asking here. I, mRNA, A, I hope you understand what is A, repressor protein. Look at here, repressor protein. This is, I can write this is A, repressor protein. And what is the repressor protein go and bind to? B, inducer. So what is inducer here? This inducer when presence of lactose. So lactose is inducer. When lactose entered into the cytoplasm, it convert into allolactic allolactose. Do you remember, student? Once allolactose form, this repressor protein is high affinity towards this repressor allolactose and it come and bind. So I can tell you it is inducer. B is inducer. So A repressor, B is inducer. Tell me, can you please tell me the Z? Z is what? Z is code for beta galactosidase enzyme, which can digest the lactose into glucose and galactose. Next, Y. Y is what? Permease enzyme. So I can tell Y is what? Permease enzyme, which increase the permeability of plasma membrane towards what? Lactose. So A. The A, that means Z. Z means transacetylase enzyme. So I can tell you it is transacetylase enzyme. So what is your correct answer in this 4 option? Come on. A is what? Repressor, inducer, beta galactosidase and permease translation. So answer is A. Look at the B. B is repressor. Okay, I agree with this one. And here the inducer also there. Fine. Permease, X, that is Z. Z is not permease. It is a beta galactosidase enzyme. So C option. B option is wrong. C option also wrong because A is given inducer. D option inducer is given. So the correct answer of this question, I can go with what option? A, repressor protein. It is a polycistronic. It will be turned off and also on in presence and absence of lactose. Fine. Next question. Look at the next question. Very simple question. We have seen this question. Do you remember, students? In mRNA molecule, untranslated region URTs are present at. So, look at here. This is the DNA. This is mRNA. This is mRNA. Matured mRNA. I told you matured mRNA, this is the 5 prime. Okay. 5 prime is what? It is cap. Okay. And this area is known as untranslated region. That means they are not participating in the translation process. And here it is called what? It is 3rd prime. 3rd prime is tail. 3rd prime is tail. So this place also UTRSR, the untranslated regions are there. Next, sir, what is after untranslated? This one is called the start codon. We have discussed the start codon. Yes or no? Start codon, and this one is known as the stop codon. How many stop codons are there, student? 3 stop codons are there. Starting codon is what? Start codon is AUG. That is methionine. Sometimes valine can also start. So this one is the middle one is called, we can say, mRNA. mRNA. Read the question properly. What the question is telling us? URTs are present at 5th end before start code. Before start code, 5th end, yes sir, it is there. 3rd end after stop code. After stop code also UTRS are there. Both AB. So I can go with the right answer is option C, AB. Both sides untranslated regions are there. So the right answer is option C. Look at the next question. This is very, very, very important question. So all of you look at here what the question says. What would happen if a gene coding a polypeptide of 50 amino acid, 25th codon UAU is mutant to form a UAA? Wait a moment. So 25th one, it is 25th codon. Okay, what is 25th codon is given? UAU is mutant to form UAA. That means last nitrogen base has changed, right? When last nitrogen base change, we call what? Hubble hypophysis. Hubble hypothesis, right? This is the Hubble process. Now keep in your mind, UAU change to UAA. That means UAA is what? Stop codon. It is stop codon. That means it will be terminate the translation process. Yes or no? So read once again the question properly. What would happen if a gene coding of polypeptide, how many amino acid? 50 amino acid. 50 amino acid. So here I'm taking this is a mRNA. Okay, this is mRNA. Try to understand this question. This mRNA, 50 amino acids are there. And exactly on the 25th codon, exactly here the 25th codon, here I am writing UAA is there. That means it is a stop codon. So what happened? Before UAA, that means before 25th codon, there is no problem. After also there is no problem. Before UAA, that means before 25th codon, there is no problem. That means normally here ribosomes will attack. That means the smaller ribosome, this is a smaller ribosomal unit, right? This is a smaller ribosomal unit and this is a larger ribosomal unit. That means here all proper amino acids will form. That means here protein synthesis normally takes place to form 24 amino acid polypeptide chain will form normally. Polypeptide chain normally it will form. Why, sir, it will 24 amino acid polypeptide chain will form? Because first of 24 there is no problem. First of 24 codon there is no problem. There is no stop codon. But once 25th codon comes, this is tRNA. One tRNA, come on, answer me. Because of this stop codon, it cannot recognize the amino acid. It cannot read properly because it's not code for any amino acid. So it will not bring what? A suitable amino acid. That means exactly this place translation will be terminate. Terminate. Look at the answer. Look at the option here. A polypeptide of 24 amino acid will be formed. It is looking appropriate, correct, right? A polypeptide of 24 amino acid will be formed. Look at here, 24 amino acid polypeptide chain has formed. Fine. Second option, 2 polypeptide of 24 and 25 amino acid will be formed. There is no chance because why? Exactly here the translation is already terminated. So what about the next one? It's already terminated. That means the ribosomal dissociation takes place. The rest of amino acids, the rest of codons are completely degenerate here. So there is no chance after 25th there is a formation of what? Polypeptide chain. Because exactly on the 25th codon, stop codon is there. It is terminating in the middle of the process. It is terminating the translation process. So there is no chance of 25th more polypeptide chain, one more polypeptide chain formation. So ignore the option B. Option C, a polypeptide of 49 amino acid will be formed. There is not at all chance, right? Why not at all chance? Because at the 25th codon it is a stop codon, sir. How can 49 amino acid polypeptide chain can form? So it is not possible. So ignore the option C. Option D, a polypeptide of 25 amino acid will be formed. How can 25 amino acid will form? 25th place stop codon is there. That means first to 24 amino acid polypeptide chain can form. So the right answer of this question is option A. I hope you following me. This is the right answer. Keep in your mind. Look at the next question. The next question says, in this question, which of the following triplet codon is correctly matched with its specificity for amino acid in protein synthesis as start and stop codon? They are asking. Start and stop codon. UCG is start codon is given. UCG, if you are able to remember the genetic code, UCG is code for serine. UCG is not a start codon. AUG is a start codon, methionine, sometimes valine, but here what they given? UCG start codon, so it is not correct. UUU is given what? They given stop codon. Actually stop codons, I will write once again for you all. Stop codons are 3. What are the stop codons? 3. UAA, UAG, UGA, but they given UUU. UUU is code for phenylalanine. Yes, phenylalanine, essential amino acid. So it is not correct. So ignore this one. Okay. Option C, UGU, UGU, UGU is given leucine. Actually, UGU is cysteine. Cysteine. Yes or no? It is a sulfur containing amino acid. So I can write it is cysteine, sulfur containing amino acid. Ignore this one also. Okay. Next, UAC. If you able to recall the genetic code, UAC is code for tyrosine. Yes or no? So the right option of this question, I can tell you, option D. Option D. Look at the next question. The first phase of translation is, what is translation? 2 minutes. We know, we have already discussed, right? mRNA has already formed from the nucleus after splicing process. So this mRNA undergo what? A protein synthesis mechanism. This mRNA protein synthesis mechanism is known as translation. Fine. So here, translation process takes place in the cytoplasm, because inside the cytoplasm ribosome machinery is there. If you able to recall the cell, the functional unit of life chapter in the 11th grade, ribosomes are made up of 2 things. One is called rRNA, ribosomal RNA, and number 2 is called proteins. Yes or no? So ribosomes are 2 major subunits. One is called the smaller subunit and larger subunit. And the major function of ribosome is synthesis of protein. Look at here. So mRNA has formed. First, what happened? Step number 1, amino acid. Amino acids will activate. Amino acid plus, there is an enzyme called amino acyl synthetase enzyme plus ATP. Okay, this will lead to the activating of this amino acid. Activated amino acid we call amino acyl. So activated amino acid is known as amino acyl. Keep in your mind, amino acyl. So student, remember, the first phase of translation, binding of mRNA to ribosome. Before that, there will be activation of amino acid takes place. Recognition of DNA molecules, no. Amino acylation of tRNA, right. First, this tRNA will undergo what? Amino acylation. That means tRNA will take that activated amino acid. So I can tell the right answer of this one is option C, amino acylation of tRNA. So this activated amino acids, whatever the amino acids are activated, that amino acid will be move on to the 3rd prime of tRNA. So this is a tRNA, right? So this is the 3rd prime. So on the 3rd prime, this activated amino acid come and bind. Amino acid. This is the 5th prime and this is the 3rd prime. This is anticodon. So the first one, I can tell you the right answer is amino acylation of tRNA. Look at the next question. How simple question. Here the question says, many ribosomes associate with a single mRNA to form multiple copies of polypeptide simultaneously. Such strings of ribosomes are termed as. Many ribosomes are fused. Many ribosomes are associated a single mRNA to call polysomes. It is a direct MCRT question, right? So I can tell you it is a polysome. Simple answer. Shall we go to the next question, student? Look at the next question. Amino acid sequence in protein synthesis is decided by the sequence of. This is little interesting. Most of the times we confuse it is by the tRNA or rRNA. Student, the question says, amino acid sequence in protein synthesis is decided by the sequence of rRNA, mRNA, tRNA, cDNA they given. The protein, which type of protein, which type of polypeptide chain is going to form is decided by the messenger RNA. Why? Because on the messenger RNA, particular codons are there. Let me take here the DNA. Look at here. This is DNA. Yes, so this prime is called what? Third prime. This is a template strand, fifth prime here. This complementary DNA we can write it is a coding strand, fifth prime and third prime here. So this is coding strand. So this coding strand actually having the information. So template strand undergo transcription process to form mRNA. That means whatever the amino acids are must required to the synthesis of protein, fifth prime and third prime, this mRNA contain the information in the form of codons, and these codons are very essential. These codons are representing the amino acids. These codons are representing the amino acid. So who will decide which type of protein must be synthesized in the cytoplasm? mRNA. Because on the mRNA, whatever the codons are, they based on that codons only, tRNA will bring the amino acids. Yes or no, student? So let me take here. This is mRNA. So mRNA having that U. The first one is AUG. This is a start codon, methionine, phenylalanine, UGG, tryptophan. So like that, the amino acids will be formed based on the mRNA codon. So the right answer of this question I can tell you, option C, mRNA. Very simple question. Look at the next question. Match the following. Here they're given what? Lac operon. We have already discussed this one. Now tell me here, I gene, I can go with repressor protein, because when the lactose is absent in a medium, I gene undergo transcription to form a mRNA that will be translated to give what? Repressor protein, which can bind to the operator. Z gene, beta galactosidase enzyme. Beta galactosidase enzyme is essential for the breakdown of glycosidic bond between glucose and galactose. That means the digestion of lactose. Next, A gene is trans acetylase. Y gene, permease enzyme. Permease enzyme can increase the permeability of plasma membrane towards what? Lactose. So the right answer is 3142. 3142 and 2. So the right answer I can go option D. Fine. Shall we go to the next question, students? Look at the next question. The next question says, which of the following wrongly matched? Which of the following is wrongly matched? If you properly read the option, you will get one small hint, students. Come on, all of you. Transcription, writing information from DNA to tRNA. Sir, wait a moment, sir. I have a doubt here. Transcription. We have already seen the meaning of transcription, formation of mRNA from DNA. mRNA, messenger RNA from DNA, we call transcription. Yes, but what is the first statement is telling us? First statement is tRNA. This is the incorrect statement. So the right option is option A. Let me take the rest of three options, students. Translation, using information of mRNA to protein synthesis. Yes, it takes place in the cytoplasm. Repressor protein. Repressor protein is I, inhibitory gene in lac operon, regulatory gene. Binds to the operator to stop the enzyme synthesis. Absolutely correct. In absence of lactose. Next, operon, structural genes, operon and promoter. Absolutely, structural genes, comma, operator and promoter. So I can tell you here the right option is option A. Shall we go to the next question, student? Look at the next question. Next question. Which enzyme will be produced in a cell if there is nonsense mutation in the LAC-Y gene? Quite interesting question, right? What would happen? Which enzyme is synthesizing? Let me take here the lac operon concept. Here once again, let me draw here lac operon, student. This is the operon, lac operon. How many structural genes we have? Tell me. The first one is 2 minutes. Let me draw once again. So this is okay. Now here I can write it is promoter, inhibitor, promoter, operator, Z gene first, Y gene next, A gene last. What will happen? Look at the question properly once again. Which enzyme will produce if a cell there is a nonsense mutation? What is the meaning of nonsense mutation here? Nonsense mutation means sudden. The mutation takes place in a last codon, last nitrogen base, and that normal codon, which is code for the normal proper amino acid, is turned into the stop codon. That means nonsense codon, nonsense mutation means in the middle of the translation that will be terminate due to the mutation process, due to the stop codon involved there. Translation process in the middle only it will be terminate. So where is the nonsense mutation? In which gene nonsense mutation they given? Y gene. Look at here, Y gene nonsense mutation is given. Before Y gene, which gene is there? Before Y gene, Z gene is there. So Z gene undergo properly mRNA, that means transcription, and it will give a protein. The protein is called what? Beta galactosidase enzyme. In the question, did they mention about the problem in the Z gene? Did they mention the mutation in the Z gene? No, they mentioned the problem of the mutation in the Y gene. So which enzyme will be produced? Beta galactosidase enzyme will produce that, because Z gene is before Y gene. Before Y gene, the problem in the Y gene. So Y gene, that means the permease enzyme will not secrete, but permease enzyme will not synthesis due to the nonsense mutation. So the right answer of this question is, they're asking which enzyme will produce. Which enzyme will produce? Tell me. Transestylase. Sir, transestylase enzyme is here. Gene is here. So the problem is in Y. So there is no chance of transestylation also. Lactose permease and transestylase, there is no chance of lactose permease, sir, because problem in Y gene. So Y gene is permease enzyme coding gene, so there is no chance. So beta galactosidase enzyme normally produced because there is no problem in the Z gene. Lactose permease, there is no chance of lactose permease because the Y gene only undergo nonsense mutation. So the right answer is option C. I hope you're following me. This type of questions will repeat in the examination. Okay. Shall we move to the next question? Okay. Look at the next question. Same from the lac operon. They are asking this time how many are correct statement. Look at the proper question. Select 2 correct statements. How many? 2 correct statements out of 4. There are 4 statements given, and out of 4 we need to select 2 correct statements. And below about what? Lac operon. About what? Tell me. Lactose metabolism in the bacteria. Lac operon. Number 1, glucose or galactose may bind with the repressor and inactivated it. Sir, this glucose and galactose will not bind to the repressor. Repressor go and bind to the allolactose when allolactose is there. So option 1 is completely wrong. So remove this one. Next, in the absence of lactose, the repressor bind to the operator region. I told you. Here when the lactose is not there, lactose absence of lactose, this is lac operon. So in the lac operon, what I told you, this is promoter, inhibitor, again promoter, operator. This is the operator. This repressor protein, I told you, right? This mRNA and repressor protein go and bind to operator and it will block. So here what is there? Z gene, Y gene, A gene. So there is no RNA polymerase enzyme. Here there is a RNA polymerase enzyme. So no transcription. We have already discussed this one. Transcription. Fine, student. So this statement is absolutely correct. They are asking you to correct the statement, right? So second statement is correct. The Z gene is code for permease. Did I mention the Z gene is code for permease? What did I say? What did I explain? Z gene is code for what? Tell me. Beta galactosidase. So this is also wrong statement. Last one. This was completely explained by the Monod, Jacob and Monod, and they got the Nobel Prize also for this regulation, gene regulation concept. So this statement also correct. So how many statements are correct, beta? 2 and also 4. So where is the 2, 4? 2, 4. So the right answer is option C. The correct answer is option C. Next question. Look at the next question. Satellite DNA is important because of. What is satellite DNA? Look at here. According to the Human Genome Project, if you able to recall the theory, 99.9% of all human DNA is same. This DNA is known as, tell me, bulk DNA. This is called the bulk DNA. What about that 0.1% of DNA? 0.1% of DNA which is vary, which is different, which is vary. That DNA is known as, tell me, satellite DNA. Satellite DNA. This satellite DNA can give a repeated sequence, VNTRs, repeated sequence. Let me take one small example. Here, a chromosome number 1. Look at here the chromosome number 1 of my DNA. I'm taking Sandeep sir DNA. Sandeep DNA, chromosome number 1. I'm telling like this. What is that? Here, A, G, C, T, A, G, C, T, A, G, C, T. 3 times it repeated. Chromosome number 1. That maybe the number may be vary in you. Number may be vary in different individual. For example, this video is shooting by one of my friend. So in his chromosome number 1, that AGCT, that number, how many times it's repeated in my body? In my chromosome number 1, 3 times. It may be 300 times in his body. It is maybe 30 times in other cell, other individual. So like that, the repeated sequence, the number is complete vary. That is called the satellite. That is called the specific 0.1% of DNA. This will give a unique, it will give a specificity of an individual. Look at the question number 1, option number 1. Satellite DNA important because of. What is the right answer? Does not code for the protein. Okay, leave this one. Code for enzyme needed for the DNA replication. No, it is not the right answer. Code for the protein needed by the cell cycle. No. It shows high degree of polymorphism in population. High degree of polymorphism. Because of satellite DNA, we can identify the criminals. Because of satellite DNA, we can solve the medical problems. That means that paternity problem. Am I clear? Because of this satellite DNA, we can understand which fingerprint, which individual fingerprint is this one, which individual DNA is this one. You get my point, student? So the satellite DNA is showing the high degree of polymorphism among the population and also same degree of polymorphism in an individual which is inheritable from the parent to the children. That is the reason why we can identify the paternity. That is the reason why we can identify the father of a particular child. You get my point? So the correct answer of satellite DNA, I will go with option D. The right answer is option D. Shall we move on to the next question, student? I hope you are following me today. Look at the next question. How simple question. This is important, student. I will tell you a big hint and trick. In the examination, if eukaryotic and prokaryotic transcription given, if you are not believing me, open the NCERT and look at the diagram. In the NCERT diagram, clearly they mention prokaryotic transcription is not showing any exon, intron in mRNA. Look at the mRNA. Look at the mRNA. This is the DNA. From DNA, what is coming? mRNA is coming. So I am writing this is A is what? mRNA. In this mRNA, are you identifying any exon, introns like that? So this is called what? There is no splicing process. This is the biggest hint to us to identify this prokaryotic DNA or eukaryotic DNA. But in the question already given one big hint. What is that? Bacteria. Look at here. Bacteria. The given figure represent the process of transcription in bacteria. So in bacteria, I can tell you something. In bacteria, remember one thing, no splicing. In bacteria, no splicing process. This is one of the biggest hint, keep in your mind. Okay, no splicing process. So here the select the correct option. I can go with what here? A is mRNA, fine. What about B and C, sir, here? Wait a moment. In eukaryotic and prokaryotic DNA transcription, RNA polymerase enzyme is essential to elongate. The sigma factor is essential for the initiation. So in this diagram, elongation is already over, initiation also already over, mRNA is coming from the DNA, that means it is termination. So I can go here. B is, what is the B? So look at here, the A RNA. B, I can go RNA polymerase enzyme. Why RNA polymerase enzyme? RNA polymerase enzyme is essential for the elongation of this mRNA, right? Now RNA polymerase enzyme. Once it come to the particular area of DNA, that is called the terminator region, Rho factor will say, wait, stop, till here only codons are there, till here only information is written. So don't transcribe beyond this area. You get my point? So Rho factor is telling terminating. Rho factor is guiding to the RNA polymerase enzyme, remove from here, go from here, till here only the information is written. So tell me, I can tell you C is the Rho factor. So Rho factor, 3 points I'll tell you here. Sigma factor, initiate. Initiate what? Transcription. Initiate transcription. Next, number 2. What is that? RNA polymerase elongate. What it elongate? Transcription. Rho factor terminate. What? Transcription. So the right answer of this question, I can tell you option B. No splicing, no exon intron, no exon intron is there. Next question. Look at the next question. How simple question and important question, student, this is. Let me take here a simple cell cycle here. This is the cell cycle. Okay, now in the cell cycle we have already discussed this one. We know this one in the 11th grade we have learned this one. There are 2 phases are there. This long phase is called what? Tell me. Interphase. Now this interphase divided into 3 phases. G1, S phase, G2 phase. This is totally M phase. M phase is what? Karyokinesis, right? That means the prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase is there. Everyone remember, student, protein synthesis takes place in 2 phases of interphase. G1 phase, protein synthesis takes place in G1 phase. What exactly the meaning of protein synthesis here? Whatever the enzymes required for the DNA replication in S phase, that all enzymes are synthesizing. Enzymes nothing but they are the proteins, right? Enzymes are proteins, right? So protein synthesis takes place in the G1. ATP synthesis, RNA synthesis, protein synthesis, 3 major steps done in G1. ATP synthesis. Okay, next, number 3, RNA synthesis takes place in the G1. What about the S phase? Sir, this is the very important phase, sir. In S phase, what happened? Tell me. DNA replication takes place. Histone synthesis takes place. DNA replication takes place. Remember. So look at the question, what the question says. The question tells us DNA replication takes place at a dash phase of cell cycle. S phase of cell cycle. So the right answer I will tell you option B. So what about the G2, sir? In the G2 also protein synthesis takes place. In G2 protein synthesis takes place, ATP synthesis takes place. You know especially which protein synthesis takes place? Tubulin protein synthesis takes place. Tubulin protein is the part of what? Spindle fibers. So tubulin protein synthesis takes place in G2. Keep in your mind. So the right answer is option B. Next question, students. Very simple question. One more time. In DNA molecules, phosphate group is attached to a carbon, fifth carbon. Phosphate is attached to fifth carbon of sugar. Residue its own nucleotide carbon, third of the sugar. So the next nucleotide by the bond, phosphodiester bond. Let me take this bond once again. Okay, this is pentose sugar. Okay, this is one nucleotide I am taking here. This is one nucleotide. Here first carbon nitrogen base is attached here. Okay, this is second carbon H and H here. This is third carbon H and OH is here. Fine. This is H and here it is carbon, fifth carbon. Here phosphoric acid is attached. So this is what? This is the fifth carbon. Phosphoric acid attached to the pentose sugar, fifth carbon. So we call the fifth prime. Okay. OH is on which prime? Tell me. Third prime. Okay. Third carbon. So we will say third prime. In DNA molecule, phosphate group is attached to carbon of dash sugar. Look at here the pentose sugar, fifth carbon. So I am writing this is fifth carbon. So first option we got. Okay, fine. Sugar, residue of its own nucleotide and carbon, third of the sugar, residue the next nucleotide. So let me take the next nucleotide here. This is the next nucleotide. Okay, next nucleotide also it is pentose sugar. So carbon number 1, nitrogen base is there. This is the nitrogen, you can take anything. So here it is second carbon H and H is here. Fine. So here it is H and it is OH is here. Fine. This is a fourth carbon and this is fifth carbon. Now this is phosphoric acid. One nucleotide OH, third carbon OH2. Next nucleotide pentose sugar, this bond is called, tell me what is the bond name? Phosphodiester bond, backbone of DNA. Ester bond, this is phosphoester bond, this is backbone of DNA. Student, two nucleotides are attached by which bond? Tell me. Phosphodiester bond. That means between one pentose sugar third carbon, that means OH2, next nucleotide fifth carbon, that is a phosphate group, that phosphoric acid. What bond is forming? Phosphodiester bond. Between the two nucleotide, phosphodiester bond is there, that is behave like a backbone. So the right answer I can tell you, third and fifth phosphodiester, third and fifth no. So it is a right answer is fifth and third, right? So the right option I can go with A. Fifth carbon, third one and phosphodiester bond. I hope you follow me. Clear? Clear, student? Look at the next question. Next question is reason and assertion. So before we go to the reason and assertion, I wanted to give you my small suggestion, my small hint. How to deal this assertion and reason. Three things we should remember, students, before we attending the assertion and reason. We know in our first term examination, 4 assertions are there. 25th question, 26th question, 27th and 28th question. 4 assertion and reasons are there. Whenever you're doing the assertion and reason, student, just keep in mind, first, assertion is correct or not. Number 1. Number 2, reason is correct or not. Okay. Number 3, between these two, any reason, any relation is there or not. Okay. So today we will discuss couple of assertion and reason that we come to know which is correct, which is wrong. Okay. Look at it. The first one, assertion. The sugar phosphate backbone. Just now we discussed sugar phosphate backbone of two chains of DNA, double helix show anti-parallel polarity. Anti-parallel polarity. Look at here. This is anti-parallel polarity. In the last class, DNA, structure of DNA, I told you two DNA strands are parallel or anti-parallel. Anti-parallel. This is which prime? We can say this is the fifth prime. Okay. The same DNA strand is, this one is a third prime, fifth prime, and this is third prime. So what is there here? Nitrogen bases are there between the two DNA strand. Hydrogen bonds are there. This statement is correct or not? Tell me now. So, sir, the two are anti-parallel in nature. Yes, anti-parallel polarity, sir. The first statement assertion is correct. I told you, right? First, we need to understand it is correct or not. Yes, it is correct. Now, look at the reason. The reason is, what is the reason? The phosphodiester bond in one strand go from third carbon of one nucleotide to fifth carbon of adjacent nucleotide, whereas those in complementary strand go vice versa. Sir, this statement also correct. So we come to know two steps we already crossed. We come to know both reason and assertion is correct. Third one, because of reason, assertion is correct. Because of reason, assertion is the anti-parallel in nature. Think properly. Yes, sir. Because of R, what exactly explained in R? Because of R explanation only, the assertion is anti-parallel in nature, fifth prime and third prime, sir. Why? Because the DNA nucleotides are arranging like that, so that the DNA parallel, the DNA two strands are anti-parallel each other. So the right answer is assertion, reason, correct. Reason is correct explanation for the assertion. So the right answer option A. Don't confuse. It is very simple. Next question. Look at the next reason and assertion. Can you do this? Anyone? Think. So assertion. In Griffith experiment, in Griffith transformation experiment, a mixture of heat-killed virulent bacteria R and live non-virulent bacteria S leads to a death of mice, the given. Sir, Griffith was a scientist, selected two bacteria. Yes or no? This is a bacteria 1, which is S type of bacteria, Streptococcus pneumonia. Yes or no? This is S type of bacteria. S type of bacteria has what is there on the surface? On the surface, there are specific proteins are there. Because of this protein nature, what happening? This is a pathogenic and causing the pneumonia. So I can write this S type of bacteria is pathogenic, virulent, pathogenic, or I can also say it is or virulent. Virulent. Okay. Next bacteria. What kind of bacteria he took? Next one. Next bacteria is R type of bacteria. R type of bacteria. Due to the absence of protein coat, this R type of bacteria is non-pathogenic. Yes or no, student? It is non-pathogenic and non-virulent, or I can also say it is non-virulent. Look at the reason properly. So reason is given, Griffith experiment, a mixture of heat killed virulent bacteria R. R is virulent bacteria, student? R is virulent bacteria? No, sir. That means assertion is wrong. Assertion is wrong. Reason. And live non-virulent bacteria S. No, it's not correct. Transforming principle got transformed from heat-killed R strain to S strain and made it virulent. This is also wrong. This is also wrong, right? So actually, S strain is heat and killed. Because of this transformation from the S strain, the DNA is transforming to the R. So R will become what? Virulent. Student, yes or no? But the reason is also giving in opposite manner. So reason is also wrong. So assertion is wrong, reason also wrong. So I am going option D. Both statements are wrong. Okay, student, you understand? Here in this question, both statements are correct. So I can tell you the right answer is option D. Reason is false and assertion also false. So look at the next question. Next reason in assertion. So look at the assertion. What assertion was given here? Assertion DNA is considered to be a better genetic material than RNA for most organisms. How many of you say it's correct, sir? Yes. Because the DNA contain only one OH on the third carbon of pentose sugar, right? And also the pyrimidine. What kind of pyrimidines are we would identify in the DNA? Thiamine. So DNA is more stable, less reactive, and it is the better genetic material than the RNA. So assertion, I can go, the assertion is correct, sir. Reason. 2 OH groups present in DNA. Sir, 2 OH are there or 1 OH is there? Come on. 2 OH. No, 1 OH on the third carbons are not 2. So the statement reason is false. When assertion is correct and reason is false, what is our answer? Option C. So reason is correct, assertion is false. So the right answer is option C. Because DNA does not contain the 2 OH. DNA contain 1 OH on the third carbon. So which genetic material contain the 2 OH on the pentose sugar in the pentose sugar? RNA, right? Ribonucleic acid. On second carbon OH is there, and also third carbon also OH is there. So the right answer of this question, I can go with what option? C. Shall we move on to the next question, student? Look at the next question. Assertion. What assertion is telling us? Polycistronic mRNA. What is the meaning of polycistronic mRNA? 2 minutes. Okay, we just understand what exactly polycistronic and monocistronic. Let me take here the first polycistronic. Poly means many. Polycistronic. Student, everyone keep in your mind the meaning of polycistronic. If I take the DNA of cistron, if I'm taking the cistron, in the cistron, let me take a operon here, okay? In the prokaryotic DNA, between promoter and terminator, this is a cistron. Yes, between promoter and terminator, how many protein synthesizing genes are present? How many polypeptide genes are present between these two? If you able to recall, Z gene also there, which giving the beta galactosidase enzyme, Y gene also there, which giving the permease enzyme, and A gene also there. That means Z beta galactosidase enzyme. Yes. Next, Y, I can tell you the permease enzyme. Yes. Next, A, I can tell you the trans-acetylase enzyme. Trans-acetylase enzyme. That means between the promoter and terminator, 3 polypeptide genes are there. 3 genes are there which are code for the 3 different type of polypeptide chain. Such cistron, more than 1 protein synthesizing genes located between the promoter and terminator, that cistron is called what? Tell me. Polycistronic prokaryotic DNA. Prokaryotes. Or I can tell you the bacterial DNA is what? Tell me. It is polycistronic. In your NCERT textbook, it is clearly given eukaryotic cistron is monocistronic. That means if I take, what is the monocistronic here? Single. Monocistronic. What is monocistronic here? Look at here. This is DNA. This is DNA. Okay. So in this DNA, this is promoter and this is terminator. 1 polypeptide gene, 1 mRNA, and 1 specific protein will come. So this is called the 1 monocistronic. Monocistronic you would identify in eukaryotes. Keep in your mind. So what is that assertion. Polycistronic mRNA found in the prokaryotes specify of a number of polypeptide. Look at the number of polypeptide, beta galactoside, permease and translate. Yes, sir. The statement is correct. So assertion is correct. Assertion is correct. Reason. Monocistronic mRNA found in eukaryotes specify only a single polypeptide. Only a single polypeptide. Reason also correct. Reason also correct. Now students, can you please identify reason to assertion? Any relation is there? Both statements are correct. I agree with you. Reason is correct explanation. Sir, assertion is talking about the polycistronic in prokaryote and reason is talking about the eukaryotic monocistronic. Both statements are correct, but reason is not correct explanation for the A, sir. So the right answer of this question, I can go with what? Option B. I hope you are following me. The right answer is option B. It is not a correct explanation. Next question. Look at the next question. Can anyone do this simple question? Assertion. What assertion is telling us? Eukaryotic mRNA require post-transcription process. What is this post-transcription process? I did not get this word. Post-transcription. Transcription process. What is the meaning of post-transcription process? Look at here. What will form first from the DNA? hnRNA. This is hnRNA. How can we identify the hnRNA, students? I told you in the last video, we can identify the hnRNA with what? Exon, intron, exon, intron. Look at here. This is what? Exon. And here it is intron. Exon, intron, exon, intron. So I am writing here, this is intron. Okay. Let me directly take this one. Exon, exon. Okay. Like this. So in between what is there? Intron. 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 Okay. So exon, intron, exon, introns are there. Coding and non-coding is there. So let me write here, it is exon. Okay. Next to the white color I can represent, it is intron. Okay. Now this hnRNA undergo post-transcription process known as splicing. In splicing process, non-coding. What are non-coding between these two? Can anyone give me please? Between these two, the non-coding is called, tell me, intron. So introns will be eliminated, exons will be joined to form a matured mRNA. So I can tell after splicing, mRNA, matured mRNA will come and this will have a cap on 5th prime and a tail on the 3rd prime polyadenine tail. So I can tell you this is the proper matured mRNA come from the nucleus. So look at the first assertion. Process for formation of functional matured mRNA. Sir, statement is correct. Statement is correct. Assertion is correct. Post-transcription means splicing process, removal of all non-coding portion. What about the next one? Reason. Eukaryotic transcription process, extra non-functional segments called the intron. Sir, in eukaryotic introns are there? Look at the introns are there. Yes, sir. So the reason also correct. Due to the presence of introns, non-coding part in the DNA, splicing takes place, right? Post-transcription process takes place. If introns are not there, why would this process take place? So the right answer of this question is reason is correct. Because of reason, because of introns present, post-transcription process takes place. So I am going with what? Option A. It is a right explanation. It is a correct explanation. So the right answer is reason, assertion. Both are correct. Reason is the correct explanation for what? Assertion. Look at the next question, student. With regard to matured mRNA, they are asking. With regard to matured mRNA in eukaryotes, what they're asking in regards to the mature RNA, mRNA. hnRNA to mRNA, many times I explain you the difference. So tell me, what is hnRNA? Heterogeneous nuclear RNA contain what? Exon, intron, exon, introns are there. But what exactly happen in mRNA? After splicing process in mRNA, there will be no non-coding part. What are the non-coding part? Introns are not non-coding part. A. Exons and introns do not appear in the matured RNA. No. Exons will appear, introns will not appear. Exons are exons are coding one. Yes or no? Exons, coding part. Coding part. Yes, this will be appear. So what about the introns? Introns are what? Non-coding part. So non-coding part will be removed. This will be removed by which process? Tell me. Splicing process. So what will be only present in the mature RNA? Can anyone you identify the answer among the following? The right answer is exons appear, sir, but introns do not appear in mature RNA. So the right answer of this question is option B. What about C? Introns appear, but exons are not appear. Sir, introns are non-coding, then why would they appear? They are not code for any protein, polypeptide. So introns will be removed. Introns are not appear. Next, both exons and introns appear. If it is both exons and introns appear, we will not call mature RNA. We would have called hnRNA, heterogeneous nuclear RNA. So the right answer of this question is option B. Shall we move on to the next question, student? Look at the next question. The next question says, if the sequence of nitrogen base of the coding strand of DNA, which prime to which prime is the coding strand, student? 5th prime towards the 3rd prime. So 5th prime towards the 3rd prime we already given. A, T, G, A. Next one is TG. This is the 3rd prime. Okay. They are asking you to write the mature RNA or RNA transcription and to form a what? RNA. But coding strand is not participate in transcription. What will be participate in the transcription? Template strand will be participate. So let me write here, this is a coding strand, right? So what is the complementary of this one? 3rd prime. A pairs with T and T pairs with A, C, T, T, A, C. So this is which prime? Tell me. This is 5th prime, right? So let me take this one 3rd prime here. Template stand once again. So T, A, C, T, T, A, C. Yes or no? A, C. This is 5th prime. So what will be the mRNA formation from this template? New RNA formed from the 5th prime towards the 3rd prime. I told you, right? So let me write here, it is a 5th prime. Fine. So what is the complementary? A, T pairs with A and A pairs with U because it is RNA. C pairs with G. T pairs with A. Next here it is U. C pairs with G. Which prime is this one? 3rd prime. So where is this correct option among the following? 5th prime, AUG, AAUG. The right answer is option A. Look at the option B, 5th prime, UAC. UAC is there? No, there is no UAC here. And C, 5th prime is CAU. There is no CAU here. And the D, 5th prime is GUA. There is no GUA. So the correct answer of our question is, the right option is A. So I can write this is mRNA. Mature mRNA. So the right answer is option A. These are the important MCQ question from where? Molecular base of inheritance. So students, hope you all are understanding these questions and try to practice more questions. And if you perfect in molecular base of inheritance, there is a chance to score maximum mark in the upcoming first term examination. Okay. All the best, students. Thank you very much for watching.